morning. Thank you for coming to our 10th annual Association of Retiring Dentists meeting. Being our 10th anniversary, I think they probably put this wedding stuff up for us. I don't know if they're going to turn the lights on or not, but it's kind of a special day.
Well, I enjoy these meetings immensely, and
What do you get out of it?
I think it's the interaction with the other dentists mainly. And what I'd like to get is a lot of younger dentists in here because they could use it even more than us.
It jogs ideas in your brain, and then you can bounce them off the other people and see where you're going.
Yeah. I thought it was really interesting.
And what's really beautiful about it is that we're not in competition with each other anymore.
Always remember, we're going to talk about money for the rest of the morning, and we have to remember the time with our loved ones is our most precious commodity, as is our health. We are born naked, we leave naked. You can't take it with you. And for sure, money absolutely won't buy happiness. There's no question about it. But the lack of it will definitely cause misery. I think for today, we're calling, Neil and I discussed it, and it's the title, retirement money, creating it, managing, and using it is terrific. But based on this week, we should have called it group therapy for dentists during market volatility, because I really do think that this is going to be a form of group therapy today. I truly believe it, because there are so many influences that trigger wrong moves when it comes to being involved in equities in the stock market.
How to save for the future and prepare for the future so that when you get older, you have enough money to live without worry.
So I find this to be phenomenally helpful and useful. I hope we have more and more of these.
The ideal patient for Smile Direct Club is a healthy patient that's in their hygiene rotation at their general dental office, that might be too far away from orthodontics or Invisalign offerings where they can do this. That's the patient, the ideal patient for Invisalign. But teledentistry, especially, I know Neil and I spoke a little bit about. There may be some members that are of our group that are disabled. And teledentistry really offers an opportunity if you can't sit in an operator's chair and provide, run a handpiece and stomp a rheostat, maybe teledentistry will offer somebody to have a fruitful career even though they're physically limited in some way.
But more than the actual speakers, what I got out of this whole is camaraderie and talking to the people in my table and learning from them and interacting with them.
I think the best was the camaraderie. I think the other thing was the interchange of ideas.
Telemedicine is exploding. And again, I don't need to read this to you, but they anticipate the growth. 1 out of 5 visits last year were done through telemedicine. That's a lot of visits to physicians. What the top 10 reasons people went to the emergency room for in terms of pain and toothaches kept coming up over and over and over again. And I'm like, well, that's just crazy. I mean, there's no dentist in emergency rooms. That's expensive. That's just crazy. And then in this group were a lot of, again, really smart people. And they were all talking about telehealth and being a way of doing home monitoring for chronic patients. And I thought, why couldn't you do telehealth and put a virtual dentist in those emergency rooms and actually have the patient talk to the right specialist, really reduce the cost of the encounter, and then get to the right specialist for care because they're going to the wrong place, seeing the wrong specialist at the wrong time, getting the wrong medication, and the costs are enormous.
I really enjoyed learning about how they're putting kiosks in hospitals, which I think is really a much needed.
I think it's going to open up a lot of roads and clear up a lot of emergency room time, the facilities, save patients a lot of money in the